everyone. Thanks for tuning back in once again to the Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur TV show. I'm your host, Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur. So as you're coming in, please feel free to go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Be sure to click the notification bell and click the word all so that you're notified each time the Queen Goddess goes live. Okay, so let's get into it. This nefarious devil that you see on the screen, well, that's John Reynolds. Okay, that is John Benjamin Reynolds, also known as Uncle Ben. Okay, so he's an Ohio man who was arrested late last week in connection with child sexual abuse allegations committed over a several year span. Okay, in multiple locations too. He's quite nefarious. Now, on Friday, he was indicted, and the charges are myriad. All right, so John Benjamin Reynolds is 53 years old. He stands accused of 16 separate counts over the allegations, including 4 counts of rape in the first degree, 9 counts of gross sexual imposition in the third degree, and 3 counts of gross sexual imposition in the fourth degree. And this is all according to Warren County court records. Now, Warren County Sheriff's Office detectives say that they were first alerted to the alleged abuse when a complaint was filed on Thursday, May the 19th of 2022, alleging that the defendant had in fact raped a 14-year-old child at a KOA campground in Lebanon, Ohio. Now, on March the 16th of 2022 is when this supposedly occurred. Now, investigators say they quickly ascertained 2 additional victims, both also under the age of 15. Pay attention, he was at a campground. He may be a camp counselor, because I told you all that these pedo freaks who go out here and target people's children and groom them and all these things, they very often get jobs and careers where they put themselves in close proximity to children, such as Girl Scout or Boy Scout leaders, camp counselors, working in daycares, and even in schools and things of that nature. Now, detectives with the WCSO looked for Reynolds for roughly 2 days before he was finally arrested across state lines on Saturday, May the 21st of 2022. Days later, he waived his right to battle an extradition request and was transferred out of Boone County, Kentucky, back to Mason, Ohio. So at this time, do you want us to schedule that hearing, or do you wish to waive it? This is what the judge, Jeffrey Smith, asked the defendant. Pay attention, honey. He got a choice. I'm sorry. Do Tyrone and Jerome get a choice when they're in court? I think not, but let me continue. And then he replies, that'll be fine. So even when they're pedo freaks, they still have options. Pay attention, honey. So nefarious. Details regarding the allegations were recently revealed in court documents obtained by Cincinnati Fox affiliate WXIX. Now, in sum, Reynolds is now accused of sexually abusing 4 children over the course of several years. The latter TV station reports that one of those victims was allegedly first abused when he was 8 years old. That abuse, also nefarious. The defendant also allegedly abused children at multiple locations, in addition to the camping trailer on KOA grounds. And now they also say that one location was his home, according to the court documents. And they say while another incident is alleged to have occurred at a fitting room in the Liberty Center Mall, honey, just anywhere and everywhere as far as he was concerned. I mean, he had to get his groove on, little freak. These people are so sick. You know what? All these pedo freaks need to be locked the hell up and the keys thrown away. And that's just what it is, honey. There's no rehabilitation. There is no reform. There is no changing them. And I especially hate when the judges give them probation. Why would you give a devil who did this to a child probation? Only so they can get out and do it to more children. And pay attention, just like the thug that murdered and molested Christopher Barrios at the age of 6 in Brunswick, Georgia. Now, that man had already been charged and convicted of the same thing before, right? Minus the murder. And he got 10 years probation. So then he figures the next time he'd just kill his victim so there's no witnesses. So that's just not a good idea to give them probation. Why would you give them probation? They deserve to be under the jail, as far as I'm concerned. They should get life sentences, every last one of them. In some cases, even the death penalty, as far as I'm concerned. Now, Reynolds is additionally alleged to have abused some of the children at the YMCA in the area. One victim's statement attests to this. The defendant is accused of taking a number of children swimming and then showering with them afterwards. Wow. Telling the children to touch him. Sick freak. Now, during interviews with social workers, the court documents say that the alleged child victims referred to Reynolds as Uncle Ben. Documents obtained by WLWT suggest that two of the victims are girls, with at least one of them being a boy. Now the children are cited. The children are cited there as saying Reynolds bought them gifts, including jewelry, clothes, stuffed toys, and stuffed animals and candy. Detectives with the WCSO said that the defendant was previously affiliated with local Boy Scouts of America troop in Mason. See, this is what I'm telling you. These people absolutely get jobs to put them in close proximity to people's children. So you need to be paying attention and clearly vetting people when you sign your kids up for things, like camps, Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, Little League, sports, and all types of things, because it's also nefarious, honey. These devils will find a way to get to your children. Now, a spokesperson for the local council, which serves Southern Ohio and Northern Kentucky, released a statement distancing itself from Reynolds and noting that no victims are believed to be the Scouts. Y'all believe that? So anyway, they go on to say, in a Thursday arraignment, the defendant's attorney, Edward Perry, cast his client as a family man and a pillar of the community. Wow, really? You still gonna try to put that one off? He is married, Judge. This is what the defense attorney said. He's been married for 29 years, and he's got 3 grown children. He came to Warren County and made Warren County his home, and he's been here ever since. He was married here. He purchased and bought a home in Mason, Ohio. Him, his wife, and his family have been in that house in Mason for the last 22 years. And your point is, who cares? He's still a pedo freak who deserves to be in a prison cell somewhere, honey. Don't nobody care about what he has been doing or whatever, or that he moved to Mason. And yeah, so he can groom and assault people's children. Perry also noted that his client had been long employed as a software developer. He says he suspects that because of his arrest, that job is no longer available. And it shouldn't be. Please, I'm quite sure they don't want him working there after they find all this out. At least they shouldn't. Reynolds' bond was set at $300,000. The defendant is next slated to appear in court on June the 2nd of 2022, honey. And not a moment too soon as far as I'm concerned. Now let me share my screen so you all can see this report on this devil when he made his first court appearance. Likes up, please like and share. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Thank you in advance.
And the defendant's home.
During his arraignment today in Lebanon, we learned a little more about who John Benjamin Reynolds is.
I will tell you, Johnny goes by Ben. Ben is 53 years old. He is married, Judge. He's been married for 29 years, and he's got 3 grown children.
A software engineer, no criminal history, and has lived in his Deerfield Township home for the last 22 years.
And most recently, he has worked for Cincinnati Financial Corporation. He suspects that because of his arrest, that job is no longer available to him.
Reynolds was arrested and charged with 1 count of rape and 1 count of gross sexual imposition in connection to one victim, a 14-year-old. Investigators with the Warren County Sheriff's Office say they've identified a total of 3 victims. According to newly released court documents, the victims are currently between 13 and 14 years old. 2 of them are girls and 1 is a boy. Documents state the sex assaults took place at several locations dating back to 2016, including the KOA campground in Lebanon, Reynolds' house, a local YMCA, and Liberty Center. The alleged victims reportedly told investigators Reynolds would buy them clothes, jewelry, toys, stuffed animals, and candy. Documents state the alleged assaults were first reported to Butler County Children's Services. That led to an investigation and now charges.
And today, Reynolds' bond was set at $300,000. He is allowed to post 10%. And if he does, if he's released from jail, he will have to return to his Deerfield Township home and remain on GPS monitoring. He's also been ordered to stay away, not have any contact with any juveniles. Reporting live tonight in Warren County.
At the end of the day, he is an old-looking 53-year-old. I'm sorry, honey, but say what now? He looks old as I don't know what, okay? He's clearly aging poorly. Excuse me. Now, if you compare him to Will Smith, who's also around 53, right? You see how he looks so old for his age? Honey, he looks like he could be Will Smith's father, okay? Please. Anyway, yeah, I hope he gets exactly what he deserves. They need to put him under the jail at the end of the day. All these poor children, honey, I hope they get some type of counseling for this traumatization they've had to endure. All right. So anyway, everyone, please like and share, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Be sure to click that notification bell and click the word all so that you're notified each time the Queen Goddess goes live.